Welcome back to the channel, and today, yes, we're going to be talking again about CookieRun Braverse. And if you've been following the channel for a while or follow me on Twitter, you know I've been actually talking about this game since February when we first got news about it at Gamma. But I'm very thankful to DEVSISTERS for reaching out and wanting to put a video together showcasing the latest set. So yes, we do have some new packs to open, but just talk about what is going on in the CookieRun side of things and why I've been playing this game and why I'm honestly so excited for it. So I was going to do this video either way, and well, now we have a little bit more structure around it. So in today's video, we're going to be covering some of the events that are going to be happening, which is why I think it's just a great time to join in. If you're unfamiliar with the game, we're going to actually showcase the tutorial that they have on their website. And then as the thumbnail is about, talking about the different changes from set 1 to set 2 and how much of a huge visual upgrade that this game got. So for all future updates, if you want to stay as up to date on this game as possible, definitely make sure to check out their official Discord. This community lives and breathes in that Discord. I know a lot of people like Facebook or Twitter or what have you, and the CookieRun Kingdom crew does really love Twitter, but overall, if you want to know about this game, definitely jump in their official Discord, which I will have a link down below. And also, you'll notice that we have some giveaways to do as well, so there will be a Gleam.io link down there for some codes that for each one of these, and we'll talk about this more as we get into the booster box, is worth 5,000 crystals and 3,000 rainbow cubes. Just had to make sure I read the back of that for the right amounts, but it's a lot of in-game currency that you can get. So if you are someone who is excited for CookieRun Kingdom and are currently playing it and say, hey, I want to collect my favorite characters, then this is definitely a great way to jump in. So with that out of the way, let's start diving in and let's talk about the topics today, and starting off with events. So yes, this is a great time to be jumping into the game because we are just about to get the set 2, which is also known as set 3-4 because it's a combined set to get caught up to global parity, launching this weekend. So pre-releases are happening at your LGS. So definitely go check out the website. You can scroll through, try to find a store near you that's hosting an event. And this will be a great way to get a ton of promos, a first look at the game, and again, just collect some of your favorite cookies overall. And potentially the bigger news that we want to talk about, right, is the Nationals event finally got posted and we got more information for. So if you want to win a free trip to Seoul, definitely make sure to look forward to the event hosted by Pro Play Games later on this year in December. It's going to be a lot of fun. They're actually going to have 3 different events that are happening that weekend. So there is going to be a ton of CookieRun to be playing. And again, just a celebration of the game overall. And now, again, that is kind of like the big thing of why this video is so important. And again, why I was going to do it anyways, because I think the timing for it is just very important. And then beyond that, I think too, for why this game stands out to me personally is that this is a game that is targeting a different market. The thing I did not know, going into this is that there are over 70 million CookieRun Kingdom users, and that's just one of their mobile app games. They have a lot more than that. There's like 6 last time I looked, if I remember correctly. So this is a very, very large IP and has a ton of downloads on the App Store, Google Play, what have you, right? So this is definitely one that took me by surprise. And the coolest thing about this game, and again, this is 100%, they're not paying me to have a script or anything like that. I get to be as honest as I want to, right? So the coolest thing about this is when we had our free starter deck trials, we had a bunch of families come in with their kids trying out the game, and the kids were able to jump into this card game. Again, if you follow this channel for a while, you know how critical I have been on the current state of the industry and how easy or not it is to get that next generation of card players excited for it, engaging with the hobby. And well, what is starting to be more of an archaic model when everything is going digital, right? But people had a blast. And I saw this again at Gen Con, where the booth was just packed with families checking out this game and this IP that I was sincerely blown away. I did like an interview for them on their channel as well. And like, to me, that is what the industry needs more of. So I really do hope that this game can continue to grow and continue to do well. Set 1 and 2 sold out. And again, I was critical of these set 1 designs. And much like some other card games that are launching recently, we saw some updates that happened from the first previews until launch, and the DEVSISTERS team really cooked on the upgrades they have. So again, we will have a little bit of an unboxing later on in this video to talk about it. But for those who are maybe unfamiliar, we're going to be going through the tutorial next and a little bit of a live preview. Or again, we're going to be opening up some packs and showing off the differences and, well, hopefully get some good cards there at the end. But with that out of the way, let's dive into the tutorial and how this game plays. Let's dive in and showcase a match of this game for those who are maybe not familiar and just want to see a couple turns of how it plays out. Now, in the tutorial, you'll get to choose between red and blue, and I am a blue player, so I'll always pick that. And, you know, we are going to go second because we get to draw extra cards when you go second. For your mulligan, you can either choose to keep the hand or shuffle them all back and draw 6 new ones. I don't have a level 1 that I really want, so I'm going to take a chance and mulligan away this hand. It was okay, but I think we can do a little bit better. Unfortunately, it does not look like we're going to get much better in this case, so... We are going to start with a level 2, which is fine because the victory condition for this game is getting your opponent's break area to 10. And in that case, you'll see like the level 1, 2, or 3 on your cards. And once they're defeated, they go into your break area on the side. So we are going to draw 2 cards here, put a card into our resource. And because it costs 2 to attack, we are simply just going to end our turn. But again, because this has 3 attack, we potentially have at least a couple of good attacks here to get a damage back at our opponent. So when you attack in, you check the top card. If it's a flip card, you'll resolve its effect. Otherwise, it just goes into the trash. That stage card is really good. Unfortunately, we're not really in a position where we want to be playing this yet, so we are going to put this here and just showcase a attack for 3 damage. We'll see if we get a flip here. Nope, and we will get our opponent to a break level of 1. Now, we could, in fact, play something else here if we really wanted, but we will just keep our area down to 1, because generally speaking, you want to only have 1 cookie in the field at a time, unless there's a card that states otherwise, or you have some type of effect you're working towards. So we'll see what our opponent plays out on their turn, and looks like Heart of the Deep Sea, so trying to draw some cards. And lucky for us, they are not going to get a KO, so this does give us a little bit of time to kind of set up what we want to be doing here, and... Madeline Cookie is actually really good for this deck, and I know that we're going to start discarding some cards, so it's really tempting to go for a KO here, but I want to get our Kingdom in play, which is a stage card that just sits out. There are ways to interact with this, but at least for in the tutorial, there's most likely not a way to interact with your stages. They have a cost to put them into the field, and then generally speaking, they will have a pay effect. You either rest it or pay some extra and then rest it to get that effect. So we do get the flip effect, which is really cool. So yes, we do want to heal here, which is really great. The flip cards will always want to try to discard another flip card for it, and we're able to live another turn and making sure that our Squid Ink Cookie can get through for an attack. So you love to see it. We are going to get rid of this level 3 because it does not do too much for us. We are going to be playing out our Madeline Cookie because it is like the other all-star for this deck. We don't have enough to pay for both effects this turn, but the discarding 2 is really important for filtering through this deck and then lining up this card in particular. So we're going to do 2 damage, see if we get any flips on our opponent's side. Nope. And then we're going to use our Squid Ink Cookie because we still have 2 resources. And we are going to go for the bigger attacker because we know it can deal some more damage. So this is a good showcase of why you want to wait to play your cards. They do get a flip there, but we're dealing 3 damage, so we are going to leave them on 2 levels, or 2 HP on each one of these. And again, once you get into the rhythm of it, the game will go a bit faster with you and your opponent going through your turns. Unless you're playing like purple or a very late game style of deck, you know, games are pretty fast. Generally, you can get through in about 15 to 20 minutes at most, but the purple decks can go to the full time. So again, we're going to decline here because we want to see our options. Maybe we get another cookie on our next draw that's a little bit better for us. Doesn't look like we're getting a lot of options. I do like the filtering here, so we're going to get rid of the level 2. We're going to play out the... There we go. Drop 3 cards and then discard 2 because we have 2 flip cards at a minimum that we want to discard, so that's perfect. And just allows us to go through our deck a little bit more. So, and then we can again damage set to active. So this is where you want to have 5 energy up. So again, gonna leave this for the next turn, not getting like the full combo that I really wanted here, but they are gonna play a trap card. They're gonna interact with us, and we'll just do 1 damage here instead. Now we could have held up our other trap here for -2 on our opponent's next turn, but we are just gonna end and try to go to the next one. But this is going to set us up very nicely for our next turn to get that 1 ping damage over here and make a really big swing turn for us. So this is going to be a really exciting turn. Unfortunately, we're going to be having these 2 cards still on the board, but you know, we're trying to get down. I was hoping to get more discard effects, but it looks like we're not going to get there this turn. So we're going to do this. We're going to activate... Oops, not Madeline. We are going to deal 1 damage to this. We're going to attack into this card, which is going to put it down to 1. And then if our opponent does not have a trap card, this will be enough to knock them out. Oh, they get the HP flip on us, so it will be 1 more turn. But, you know, we're at break level 2 and our opponent's at 9. So we are feeling very confident that we will have this on our next turn. The set 3-4 one is all about having extra... Oh, there you go. So we finally get to... oops, they do not have enough draw. So we are going to get to the stage. We finally got to showcase it here at the very end. But we're going to do our 2 damage here to make the correct plays and try to reactivate and threaten damage on both of these units here to get us back where we need to be. So the Madeline Cookie can be very strong as a discard outlet for this deck when you want to be churning through pieces, but we'll have to wait and see what this last card is. Nope, we are going to get there. Some of the other cards. So that is a very quick look at the tutorial, and now we are going to be getting into some box break. So we are going to be swapping over to the different camera view and going into some of the cards that we can look forward to in the latest set. All right, so now the exciting part, we got a fresh box here. Going to get into some of the pulls, showcasing some of the differences between the set 1 and set 2, which I have some cards here just off to the side that I'll pull as we go through it. But of course, you want to know, what do you get in a box, right? What is going to all be included? So there are going to be a couple of promo packs, which will open as well. So let me just get this off to the side here. So when you open it up, you are going to be seeing the code card, which again, this will be put off to the side for now, and that'll be going to somebody else. And then we do have a couple of promo packs here. So up first, we have the Stormbringer promotion pack. So this is going to be the last one out of a case, and I haven't seen the full card list yet, but I have not pulled a Stormbringer out of it, so I think that's just like the super rare hit. We do have a Mala Sauce Cookie, so this is a promo, but we'll get into the rarities once we showcase the actual booster packs, right? Because those will change based on what rarity they are, so I'm going to put that off to the side. And then in the yellow pack, we have 2 additional promos here, the Golden Cheese Warehouse and Macaron Cookie. So again, I'm probably just going to go through like 10 packs or so, open these up really quick, go card by card, go until we get like a UR or something, just so I can showcase that as well. And we'll show you a little bit more of the side-by-side. So again, in this set, what I really like is a combined set. Oh, there's the Star Corral Cookie that we just talked about. There are a lot more play styles that were introduced into this set in particular of giving more variety. And that's something that we could expect, right? So, oh, there we go. We're just first pack. So we got the Dark Choco Cookie, or Cacao Cookie, excuse me. And there's the other one that I was thinking of. So this is a UR. And so what I really like about this design change, right? For the URs of set 1, they all had this gold border, which was like, okay, right? So this is a set 1 card on the left, but with the set 3 and going forward, now it has like this purple accent or whatever the color accent is around the outside, and honestly just looks a little bit better. The gold doesn't stand out as much, which I really like. So yeah, very nice to see a UR right off the start. So probably open packs until we get a secret or maybe one of the full arts, and then we'll just go from there. But showcasing a few more of these, and then I'll grab some cards here at the end just to do the proper side-by-side for. So again, more of the blue cards that we saw. This is, again, so I'm a blue player, so I really like the discard outlet options that we have going into this next set. We do get a rare for this card. So in this game, it is 1 rare per pack. We are getting 9 cards per pack here as well, but you're getting a lot more boosters compared to like the 24 if you watch some of the other content in the channel. So there are a lot of packs to open, a lot of cards to get. So that is kind of the exciting part. Like, you are likely to get your favorite cookie in that regard, just because there are a lot of different variations of them across the various colors. So there is another rare. And so while I'm just opening this up, I'll just talk through some of the different play styles. So red, as you might expect, is all about your more aggressive cookies. It's all about dealing damage directly or sacrificing your own HP to deal some extra damage. Very good at dealing damage is what I will say. Blue is all about drawing and filtering through your deck, getting more draw pieces and making sure that you're finding, your control pieces at the end, which allow you to, build up into certain strategies. In set 1, they really had this damage denial style of play, which I thought was really cool for how the game actually plays out and bouncing stuff back to your hand. Green is all about your ramp style of strategy. So green cards that lead into a very big payoff, which is really nice. And using your support area, which we showcased in the gameplay video, for various effects, like either bringing cards from your support area back to your hand, getting extra effects that let you draw extra cards. Like there's a lot of cool stuff that it does. So this is a SR now. So this has also changed a bit from the set 1, which I don't actually have a good example of that now that I think about it, because, oh, actually I do, because it's right here on top. So I have my list off to the side. So SRs in set 1 were always full art, but you can see that they have this like now rainbow border on them, which I like a lot better. So it's a small visual update, but I think it's still a very nice one that they were able to pull together. So there is the Tide Shards, and we're going to probably go a little bit faster here now that we've showcased more of these, because I want to go until we get the first altar, because it's either going to be a secret card or it could be like a SUR, which would be like the biggest hit out of the box for the altars. And apologize, my voice is not holding up well because I'm just getting over being sick. So we're going to start to fan these out and go a little bit quicker here just to see what we get. So we have the Soul Jam of Resolution, if it gets in there. So probably should have done a better job of showing off the foiling side of it, but we are a bit limited with my lighting setup still. I did not get a chance to improve that as much as I would like. Getting a few more. Also love the way this dude looks. So another rare. We're getting, I think there's like 5 packs left on that side of the box. So surely we're going to get a hit here soon. But what color did I leave off on? Oh, yellow. Yellow is all about manipulating your break area. So it has a lot of healing. It has a lot of ways to replace cards from your break area back into play, or sending your opponent's cards to the break area, which can be really strong even if it is conditional. And purple is all about making your opponent discard cards or trashing your opponent's cookies. So there is another victory condition in this game that if you do not have a cookie to play, you also automatically lose. Now, naturally, as you might expect, the bulk of your decks are going to be have cookies in them, rather. So it doesn't happen all that often, but because of the very strong discard strategy that purple has, when also combined with the trashing mechanic that they have on some of their higher level cookies, it can be very difficult to stay in the game when they're constantly pulling apart your hand and limiting the resources that you have to use. So unfortunately, that was the first half of the box, and we did not find the alt art yet. So we are trying to very quickly find the alt art in the box, just for the sake of showing it off before we get into the comparisons for card. So we'll see if we get, there's also another, there we go. Oh, we do get an SUR too. Love that for us. Nice. Nice. And we have a local green player who is going to love this card. So this is going to be one of the better cards that you can pull from the set as well. And it's really hard to get the, I forgot to turn on my side light. You can't see the texturing, but that is a gorgeous full art SUR that we got. So going into some of the other card comparisons, right? So we have shown off, at least in the thumbnail that you probably saw, but we did have the character upgrades, or the cookie upgrades, right? From the level 1 variant or the common variant to another common. So this is common versus uncommon. So really love this visual update. I mean, like, this just looks like a more complete card game now because of it. So that is that comparison. We have our staged cards, which also got a full art upgrade, which is really nice. So here's a side-by-side of these. Also, very good card. Probably still going to see a lot of play. So the starter decks cards are still very good into the next set. So that is our stage. We have the trap cards, which we got to see some of these during the demo, but again, showing just a side-by-side of what that looks like. Again, beautiful full art, has a little bit different style than the stages and other cards. And then the last one is going to be an item. And this one is really, I like this one. It shows it like as something that I assume is like in the game or just like on a pedestal. So much better representation of like what are item cards, and more visually distinct, which I really think is important for the new player experience, but also just looks a lot better as you're kind of going through your deck and finding these pieces. So the rest of those packs I am going to open off camera, but that is a real quick breakdown of the events you can look forward to, a quick look at the gameplay that you can go try out the tutorial on their website, and then also showcasing some of the newest set and just opening some cards that I'm very excited to build and play as. So again, for me personally, I'm playing blue and purple. And again, want to give a shout out to DEVSISTERS for sending me the case and, you know, helping us put this video together. And I will hopefully, if I have time, put together a deck list video like I do for other games of the all-in-one of showcasing like a bunch of decks to jump in with set 3 and 4. So if you want to see that, definitely let me know by a comment down below if you want to see a full deck list video. But then otherwise, don't forget to check out the Gleam.io giveaway for the 7 winners that we're going to have, each getting 5,000 crystals and 3,000 rainbow cubes for your Cookie Run Kingdom account. But until next time, my friends, stay safe, stay hydrated, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.